Right, so the other day I was just chilling, or dare I say it, vibing, and a strange thought came into my head. Are there any hentai out there with a decent plot or story? So I scoured the internet for a fair 10 minutes, and basically all I found was people just asking why I can't just watch a good ecchi show instead of giving actual recommendations. So I took it upon myself to find a hentai with a good story.
Having a good time, having a good time. Shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger.
The first one is a doujinshi called Pisame about a second-year high school student named Tamao Tsukama who is asked to take photographs for a yearbook compiled of the female students' sex photos. So it starts off with Konami Kiritani, the female lead, if you will, summoning the main character to the school president's office where he's filled out on his task at hand, which is collecting the photo. Which for the first few was relatively easy, as all he had to do was meet a few girls in his school and get the photos that they already had. But then after the first batch, a student named Michisado Madoka explained to our marvelous hentai protagonist that she had recently broke up with her boyfriend and was unable to take the photos. A predicament they were in, and our hero, Tamao Tsukama, volunteers to help her and then proceeds to fucking her. They then after take photos, and rumors about how good the MC's cock spread, causing more girls to create excuses to let the main character, screw them. Ultimately, the main character is able to gather a lot of photos, and upon doing so, he shows them to the president, and he says that he's done a good job in collecting what he could, and that he should start collecting the photos of the girls that do not want to submit the photos. And this was done by gambling. Basically, they did bets which favored the females, like how a character named Sena Miyanagi asked which lewd works of hers aroused our MC the most. So basically the MC wins as you would expect, he boings her, and the deeper you get in this doujin, the more it starts to feel like it has a direction it's going in, which it is, and our MC ultimately reaches his desired life at the end when finally hooking up with his dream girl. An overall good doujin with a pretty cute art style, some nice boing scenes, and a decent story.
I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva.
The second one is TSF Monogatari. This is a show about a male student named Musashino Takumi who has a seemingly incurable disease, but thanks to hentai logic, he was able to be cured by him being turned into a girl. But at what cost, you ask? Well, she became extremely sensitive to anything sexual. But she wouldn't do anything like that because she still has the mind of a guy, right? Well, you're wrong. She goes through a fair bit of sexual experiences during her first day, like the guys in his class feeling him up and passing it off as okay and saying, "Man, we're friends, like if it were me, I'd let you do it." And of course, he believed it. Boing scenes consist of her sucking up a bunch of her friends in front of a convenience store and being told off by one of his friends, which later rapes her while she is schlicking, if you will. Another scene is a train scene where her friend is being felt up and she decides to shield her, and in turn starts to get felt up herself, getting her really horny. I haven't personally watched both episodes because I still can't handle my beer too well, but from what I've seen in the first episode, they go deeper into this whole turning into a girl thing. Well, that's what I got from the end of the episode. Boing scenes are alright. The art style is about as much as you'd expect from a hentai, and to be honest, the story ain't the best, but at least it tries. Overall, it's about as good as an isekai.
200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
Surprised you've made it this far. Last but not least is a personal favorite of mine, and that is Itadaki Sayaki, which is a hentai about two characters, Setogaya Mari, who is a vampire, and Kanzaki, who is the average hentai MC. So basically, the show starts off with Kanzaki getting a letter from Mari to meet her in the PE storage room. And cause he's your relatable MC, he thinks, oh well, geez, I'm gonna get confessed to. But as he heads into the room, Mari attempts to knock him out, but fails. She explains to him that she's a Draculina, and Kanzaki willingly gives her the green light to suck his blood. Mari refuses and tells him the reason is because she can't stand the taste of blood. So Kanzaki, being the hentai genius he is, he suggests another bodily fluid that he has, and of course that is his man juice. And after getting a taste, she is addicted. This show has a fair amount of comedy in it compared to other hentai, and they've got a nice selection of boing scenes, like regular vanilla, paizuri, and a little gangbang here and there. Overall, it's got a pretty nice art style. Not really a plot-driven show, but I still had to put it in here because it's pretty nice. And the boing scenes are pretty nice. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Subscribe and like the video while you're at it, because why not? This is probably the worst video I've made so far.